Welcome, surrendered souls. Welcome, welcome. Now, what I want to talk about today is meditation. Now, I know from the look that people get on their faces when I talk about meditation, and I know from the thoughts and feelings that I used to have when someone would talk to me about meditation, that it is one of these topics that people kind of go, maybe a bit like eating healthy. They kind of go, yeah, I know I'm supposed to. I kind of get why I'm not exactly convinced because look, at the end of the day, I ate a whole packet of crisps and I'm all right, right? Or whatever it is. So with meditation, I feel like I get that kind of glossed over look when I'm telling people about why meditation is important. But this weekend, I've been editing the second draft. I've been editing the first draft of my second book, and I was revisiting again this thing about meditation, and I use this analogy that I think I need to just give to as many people as possible, whether you buy the book or not. So, if you, the analogy is around what happens with a body of water. And now, if you've looked at any of the things around, Buddhism and all of that stuff, you've got this whole thing about the mind being still and you don't have to do anything to make the water calm. You just have to stop doing things, right? That's in the non-doing is where the power is. So anyway, let's imagine that we've got a beautiful calm body of water. It is just still, like the sky is reflected in the water, is beautiful. So if you take even the tiniest pebble, right? Even a grain of sand, or like the tiniest thing, and you drop it into that body of water, you will see the ripples across the surface before the water returns to its stillness. And the bigger the object you drop in, the more pronounced the waves and ripples will be, but you'll see them, right? And but now, so let's imagine that we take a turbulent body of water, like it's a stormy day, the wind's blowing and all of that, and the water is already mixing up and all of that kind of stuff, right? So if you take a speck of like a grain of sand and you drop that into a turbulent body of water, what can you see? Like nothing. Who can tell what happened when you dropped that grain of sand in? Because there's all this churn going on. And if you take a big rock and you drop it in, but you're not really going to notice even that because it's lost in the churn. So let me get to the point. When we try and do things for our personal growth, spiritual growth, self improvement, whatever we're doing, anything that we're doing, if our mind is turbulent, if we have not come to a place where we have a regular meditation practice and we've got the ability to channel our attention where we choose to send it, then our minds are turbulent. They are like that turbulent body of water. You can't notice anything. So even the tiny little thing you do, like for example, remembering to be grateful for all the things that I don't know, you're having a meal and you say grace, right? Or somebody gives you way when you're pulling out in traffic and you say thank you. Like even the tiniest things are going to have no impact because your mind is so churned you just can't see it. And then the big things that you're doing, like for example, for those of you who are working on my coaching program at the moment, those big changes that we're making, they have to be seismic. Like you would have had to drop a boulder in the water in order to see the impact. And who's got a boulder? Right? And who's got time? If you had time for the boulder, you probably wouldn't need whatever it is that you're doing anyway. Right. So the point I'm making is meditation is a way of keeping the body of water nice and calm. I'm recording a video, whoever is knocking there. Sorry, this it happens. I've got three little ones. They're 6, 8, and 10. And my husband's in the house at the moment. So who knows what they need. Anyway, meditation is like creating the calmness in that water, creating that calm body so that when you take even your tiniest grain of sand and you drop it into your awareness. So, for example, you change your thinking from, instead of I'm spending money, I'm circulating money. That might be a little grain of sand in your awareness, but the impact can be felt throughout, right? Or you use your meditation, you bring calmness to yourself, and then you bring a concept of what did I talk about yesterday? Best case scenarios. So you bring your concept of best case scenarios, you can feel the ripple of what you're doing. So what I'm saying is meditation is more powerful than you can ever imagine. If nothing else, it supercharges everything else that you're doing, right? So it's a bit like driving when the brakes are on. I know we've all heard that analogy, but if you take the brakes off, wonderful, right? And then, okay, I was going to talk about something else, but I can hear my little one crying, so let me go and deal. Nope, my husband's dealing with that. Okay. But I've lost my thought process entirely. Let me go and sort out my children. So anyway, I'll be back in another video.